Hey everybody, this is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. It's like 7 p.m. on the 17th of January 2023. We're in a new year. God. Oh God. Um, I hope everybody's fighting, staying as healthy as possible, staying as upbeat as possible, breaking through remote neural manipulation, breaking through the gang stalking. I hope everybody's just doing okay. I just wanted to kind of do an update on the magnets because somebody left a comment on one of my videos saying, "What type of magnets do you get?" So here's the deal, and man, changed a change in my microwave targeting from having this huge magnet here, and I twist it around and I put it on my esophagus. I had something big in here. It's still working, but it doesn't work the same way, and I'm working on other areas. I might just kind of go into this I'm certain of right here, and then another one down here, 100%. And then I'm going to say it, but I don't know how many people are going to believe me. On the left side, 100%, this tooth right here, and then my eye tooth. They both buzz and will actually create like the directed energy will cut off in my body from putting the magnets on my teeth. You can have like a biometric in your tooth, and it can make you have to pee or something like that. It can do the things that the remote neural manipulation does, and pain to the body. I'm disappointed because this was something that we were conditioned to stay away from. When I came to the targeting community and I was like learning about what was happening to me, and I had surgeries and as a young person, and then I went to dentists and stuff like that, and I was like, no way, no, maybe they put one little implant to track me. It was not that way. That's not, and I'm a person that like I said, well, yeah, maybe we have implants or something, but most of it's external. That's not the case for me. For the case for me is that the biometrics do most of everything, and I would say this is my theory. I can't prove this, right? But if you have V2K that does not go away, I think that you either have biometrics in your teeth or in your ears. My ears are still a main question. Now to get to, and this little thing on here, it was an accident. These are little magnets that accidentally got stuck to this huge magnet configuration that I made. And I want to say this is 600-pound pull, this square magnet. Then I have another square magnet, 600. That's 1200 plus an 800-pound pull. That's going to be 2000-pound pull. Then another 600-pound pull connected to that circular. I'm pretty sure there's just two. There could be three. No, 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 no. 800, 600, 1400, 600, 2000, 2600, and then a 400, 3600. This is a 3,600-pound pull magnet configuration. There are neodymium magnets. You can find neodymium magnets on Amazon. You can find neodymium magnets at applied magnets is what it's called. There are other, just look up neodymium magnets online. Now this is the disclaimer here, because I've got to do a disclaimer, right? And I've got to tell y'all, when I'm working these magnets, it's been months, and it's been months. It would have been a lot quicker had I laid down and put the big magnets on this part. So I was kind of going around the world on my clavicle, like on my stomach and everything like that. Up here, I was putting stuff on, but I wasn't laying down and putting it on this part. So I was like working the magnets for months, and this is like it's like a defense. I use it as a defense like any other defense, like Dave Case's CD or the noise canceling hearing aids. When I first started doing it, it's all the time. I'm still keeping them on there all the time when I'm hanging out at my house. So it's an obsessive 3,600-pound pull. So I'm trying to warn everybody This isn't just like, oh, you get a 800-pound pull, neodymium magnet, you put it on somewhere where you think there's a biometric for one night, and then that's it, right? It'll probably, you put it on there for one night, it'll stop it, the biometric, from working if you know where it is. That's the tough part. I'm doing this by feel, right? Like where it feels like it's coming from, because the directed energy goes all over the body. Um, but it's not a quick fix. It's a quick relief. I think if you get like even like an 800 pound pull magnet, probably 1,000 pound pull, but they're not selling the big magnets anymore. They're not selling these big needed magnets because there are injuries with them, right? I think that there's something kind of, I think they're taking big magnets off the market specifically because of all the targeting out in society, because a lot of the targeting is pushed along by biometrics. I know redundant systems, there's a lot of smaller stuff, right? But what I found out about mine and what I thought it was, like how many target individuals are experiencing this. So, okay, so I've been kind of babbling around it, but you can get any magnets, like these 600-pound pull ones, these square ones right here. You can get those from Amazon. I don't know how much they are, but this is the deal. I have to do a disclaimer. It putting them together, like I would get socks and swing them into each other. So it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And then obsessively putting them, and I have like a body area network with this, with something here, and then I'm even a little bit suspicious. I know I have biometrics in the left side on the teeth, and even in the bottom one, I'm pretty sure. I'm questionable about the ears because I put the magnets on the ears, and I get some like I'll get relief on the whole half of my body, but they're either I don't have any biometrics in the ears, or they're so far in that I'm having a little bit more trouble with those, with breaking those down. Um, I would this is the deal. This is a war, right? Where we're being attacked with microwaves, gang stalked, and everything like that, without any liability. If I were like, we're in a war, and you need to do whatever it takes to relieve the stress and the pressure of the targeting, right? Because we're not getting help, and we can't get help from doctors. A bunch of people are still trying stuff. I'm going to be trying some stuff, more stuff than I've already tried, and that's what's very tiring. The mind control kind of Stockholm's, and you've already gone to so many doctors and police that it gets like you get this, not, for me it's like not learned helplessness. It's like learning that you learning no one will help you. It's not learned helplessness. It's learning no one will fucking help you. But in that case, like we're in a war, I'd say do whatever it takes, right? And building a magnet configuration, if you think you have biometrics, and placing them on those spots, it's not only giving me relief, it's permanently worn down things where now I'm not worried about being killed in my sleep. I was till a couple of nights ago. I was still worried about that this guy would give me an aneurysm in my sleep or something. When I was awake, I was fine, right? Now I'm getting to the point where I'm wearing them down, right? Especially hitting this one, it changed everything. It changed everything. But I've still got other stuff that I'm questionable about, right? Especially the ears and the fucking teeth. Sorry for the cussing, but like I know that target individuals are going to hear me saying this, and they're going to go, "Oh, he thinks that you have implants in the teeth or the ear." This is how a lot of it's done. And then we have people in the community, and I don't know who's who or what's what. Sometimes I know there's a lot of real target individuals in the community, but there's people kind of floating around that'll be like, "Oh, no, 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 there's no implants and stuff." I was one of them, inbound, like thinking I was saying the right thing, right? But I think you have people that know we have biometrics. A lot of targeted individuals have biometrics, and it's like a conditioned way we talk about it, that that's not the way it's done, right? Which is scary, because I think they do want to stay away from knowing that, because you can do something about that, right? If we all think it's just external, then we use defenses for external. We don't mess with the biometrics at all, and then they can kind of do whatever they want, right? And now I'm not saying that biometrics, like big biometrics, are used in every target individual's targeting. I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure who's getting what, right? I just can say in my situation, this is honest engine, honest to God. I swear on my grandparents' grave, I swear on my living parents' lives, which they're targeted, and I swear on my firstborn child that I have biometrics in me. I didn't know, I knew that maybe I had something, but I didn't know it was running the whole thing. I didn't know I had a body area network. So let me get back to the point, the comment. The comment was like, where you can get neodymium magnets from anywhere, but I feel like if you're not working with like at least 3,000 pound pull magnets, you're not going to be wearing down the biometrics. Now you can get probably like 1,000 pound pull, 1,500 pound pull, something. You can get those things, and it's gonna like when you have it over the biometric, you will get relief. It will shut it off, but I don't know how it's gonna wear that down, right? Because I'm experimenting with 3,600 pound pull. It's taken a long time to wear down some of these biometrics, and I don't even know what they really are. Like it seems like the one in my esophagus is a strip of something. It's not just like a little biometric implant. It's like a strip from my sternum, like in the esophagus, up to almost my neck. And I don't know what the device is or what it is, but I'm wearing it out by like this long magnet, right? Um, so liability wise, I have to say it's dangerous, and I can't recommend. I can't go, hey, everybody go get big magnets like an 800 pound pull and a 600 and put them together, right? I also want to mention the circular ones. The square ones work okay, but I prefer the circular ones. They seem to fit to contour to the body better. So in a war where you need to do anything to feel better, I'd say this is a pretty good way if you're pretty sure you have biometrics, and I'd say if you have V2K that doesn't go away, to get a big neodymium magnet and use it on the side of your teeth, like your eye teeth, the back teeth, and stuff like that, and see if you get some buzzing, see if you get relief, and the ears, and to check the ears. These are strong biometrics. If I do have biometrics in my ears, they're very powerful, and even this really powerful 3,600 pound pull magnet, it's taken a while to wear these down. It seems like it's not getting them, but then you use it for a couple more weeks, and then the biometric starts to lose stability, and I'll hear it working differently in the teeth and around. But still have questions about that. I know I do. I know 100% in this area. I have a couple, but I'm just not sure where and exactly. Right? I'm 100%. Um, it's really mind blowing because the whole time I was thinking it didn't work anyway like that, and then I'm thinking, is there a purpose that's we're really pushed as target individuals to not believe in biometrics and implants, and that's the biggest thing in mind. That's the biggest thing in mind. That's the big mamma jamma centerpiece. So liability wise, like because this world still is not like, oh, you people are dying and you do need to do kind of some stuff. I wouldn't say desperate stuff, but pretty bizarre stuff to kind of fix things. On the liability side, I'd have to say, warning, 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 messing around with huge magnets is very, very dangerous. And I can't just say, go do it. I'm telling you to go do it because there are, surveillance role players and whatever they call them. I guess you call them surveillance role players and just agents of the state, that one of them could be like, oh, I hurt myself with magnets, right? Because you told us to go use magnets, and then I get in trouble for it, like I'm liable. So I can't do that, right? I can't go, hey, go get your magnets. I can just tell you what I'm doing, um, and it's dangerous to put them together. Like I got two huge magnets like wrapped around my ankle one time and almost had to go to the emergency room. I did end up getting it off, but it's like you have to like get leverage on one of the magnets, get it off, and it's you need to know what you're doing, right? So my thing is, if you could get like one 1,000 pound pull neodymium magnet, keep it away from everything and be super careful. And when you use them, you have to be focused. And that's my attackers at certain times, they've screwed me over because they've been using the remote neural manipulation. I'll be using the magnets, and since I'm using them long term, I'll walk into the room and I have one that I put like on my foot just to keep the directed energy going up and down. I thought I maybe had one in my, like, around my pinky on the tip of my vagus nerve down in my foot. If I did, that was the baby one. That was the one that was put in when I was a baby, and it's very small and doesn't work. I've broken that if it was at all there. Um, but I have one there, and sometimes they'll remote neural manipulate me where I'm not paying attention. I'll take this big magnet, I'll walk into the room, and I'll actually just put it down on the other huge magnet, right, that I have. Oh, I don't want to I don't want to pick that up, right, because I pick that up, boom, and it goes to this, and then I got to get these apart, and that's like, I can do it, but it's like, oh my God, that's going to take like a day. And one time I got just an 800 pound and a 600 pound that were stuck together. I got them stuck to the bathtub, and that was a whole day, 2 day fiasco of like getting these big metal plates and getting it off. So it's trouble, right? It's not just something where okay, I got a 3,600 pound pull magnet and it's not dangerous or anything. This is the problem I'm having, and like with the comment, like what kind of magnets. So I need to tell y'all how much power pull I'm using to wear them down, and tell you how much power pull I think. I would even say 2,000. You need 2,000 pound pull if you have biometrics to like put it on there and stop it, and maybe that'll wear it down a little bit. But you need even more to like really wear them down permanently, right? And even that at 3,600 pound pull, it's still a bit. It's still I don't want to say cuss words, but it's still really hard. It still takes a long time, and it takes obsessive work. Like I've had Crohn's, so I've had to upkeep with certain things of dealing with that disease, then the targeting so long, Dave KCD, doing upkeep, right? And it's obsessive. It's obsessive because it's working, right? And there's been so many decades of being tortured with this stuff. If it takes me like a couple of months to wear it down, it's worth it, you know. But it's still crazy. It's still crazy. So I wanted to answer that question. I know that's not going to be satisfactory, but you guys are going to have to figure it out. Putting these things together is dangerous. And I chanced it because it's such a good payoff, because I'm sure that I have biometrics. Took me a long time feeling around and practicing with them. And then my attackers were like, they're worried that I'm going to get them all the way shut off. So they're pushing them all the way, and they're not working the same way, but they can still like stimulate muscles. It feels like mutilation when somebody's doing it to you from afar, but like stimulating muscles. I want to try and bring it down in my own mind so it's not so horrifying and traumatic, even though it really is. Um, but that's, I mean, I'm gonna maybe make some more. And sometimes they don't come out right. Like I've tried to put two magnets together, two 400 pound pull. One of them broke in half, and then it was stuck to the other one. So there's problems with that. Now, if somebody in the comments could put like where you can get a big need, I think getting like 2,000 pound pull magnets and maybe putting those together. But you can't just put them together like clink. You got to get far away from one and swing one, and it's probably going to spark. So it's not safe. It's not safe. Warning, warning, warning. But it has worked, right? I don't see, and this is the big this is the sucky thing, is that we're fighting for our lives and we haven't done anything. The solutions that I found are all very bizarre, and it takes a lot of work, and they're dangerous. And then our attackers are sitting in comfy chairs with their integrated directed energy weapon systems, all safe and sound, right? Just shooting microwaves safely, or are sending signals to the biometrics in your body and your nervous system, right? They're doing that all safely. And I'm sitting here with these magnets. It's very dangerous trying to save my, and they're saying how dangerous I am, right? And they're sitting in their comfy chairs. They're all fine. I ain't gonna, well, whatever. But I wanted to, I wanted to answer that comment. I cannot say go out and just do this. It's easy. I can't say that. There's liability here, but we are in a war where this did work. But look at this. This is one, two, 600 pound pull magnets. Then like I think this is three actually. This is like an no. It's an 800 and a 600 pound pull. So this isn't 3,600 pound pull. This is six. That's 1,200 pound pull plus 1,800 pound pull plus 2,400 pound. It's 3,200 pound pull. This is 3,200 pound pull. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 32. No, no, no. It's 36 because there's another 400 pound pull in this. There's like a 800 pound pull, 600 pound pull, and a 400 pound pull circular magnet right in the center. Those circular type of neodymium magnets. Those are the types that I would recommend if you want to do this stuff with. Warning, 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 and I'm not going to be liable if anybody gets hurt. This is something I'm doing that works. It's not reasonable. It works, but it's not reasonable, if you know what I'm saying. It's not a reasonable solution where it's just like, oh yeah, we can replicate this. It's really bizarre. You can get hurt. I have to say those things. Like I have to. I wish I could just say, we're in a war. You're being murdered with microwaves. It's more important. Take a risk on putting these things together. But with the way the world is like faking that nothing's going on, I could just get in a lot of trouble. So, I'm trying to say it the way I'm saying it. It does work, but you've got to take your own risk at this. And like me, and it's like we've got to find some magnets that we don't have to put together, like that we have to put together. And you need a lot of pound. You need a lot of pound pullage. You need really strong magnets. We should be able to just get a doctor to help us get the biometrics out right. I don't want to telegraph what I'm doing because my attackers already kind of know my plan, but I want to try and get to a doctor, like get a doctor's help in a more indirect way than going straight to the doctor and ask them because I think they're going to just they're going to deny anything's going on and they won't help because they're notified and this is like they think that it's medical experimentation or whatever. They won't touch it, but they don't understand how it's murdering the person, right? And some of you would disagree. You say the doctors know exactly. I think it's just confusion at every level. I think people do compartmentalize stuff in this microwaving brain mapping, microwaving, gang stalking, all the experimentation. I think it's very compartmentalized and there's confusion. And some people have certain knowledge, some people have no knowledge. There's chasms of misunderstanding so that good people will participate in it and not know what they're doing, right? So I kind of see it as that. Um, but it's working very well. It's a bizarre solution that I can't say could be easily replicated though. Not like I'm some kind of genius. I'm a genius. Not that I'm some kind of genius or whatever. But it was a risk, right? And it was a lot of elbow grease and risk in doing this. But it ended up paying off, so I wouldn't know how to work it or organize anything where we put together magnets, and I can't really do that, but I can say it does work. And maybe some of you smarter women and smarter men who like are very good at finding out things online and stuff could find a magnet solution, but it has to be really strong to wear these things down. I think it could be even 1,000 pound pull, put it over the biometric, and it would stop its function then, but when you took it off, the biometric would come back to life. I have a hard time thinking of what you say to that, but it would just come back on. It would wear it down, it would stop it, but then 1,000 pounds, see, with 3,600 pound pull, I put it on there. It stops the biometric from functioning, and then it also wears it down. And I don't know what kind of, I don't know at what point pull, you know, like 2,000 pound pull would it start wearing it, but I just want it to go the strongest I could. I want it to get as much magnet strength on it as possible, right? So that I would know that it's like has a good chance, a good probability of wearing whatever it is down, and that probability, that's a good probability. Um, so I don't know. It's a tough one. I know it, and it's neodymium magnets. Neodymium magnets. I think the largest you can get is 800 pound pool. So if you got an eight, you know, this is theory. I can't say go do this, right? Because there's liability here. But if you got an 800 pound or three 800 pound pulls, and you got put the first one in a sock, and then you kind of want to put it like what I would do is I had this massage chair and had a little piece of metal in the back, and I would take like the 800 pound pull magnet, I put attach it to that little metal piece in the back so it kind of stood up. It was sticking to something, but I could get it off, right? And then it's in a sock, and I position it. Listen to this, right? And then I take the 600 pound circular magnet, it's in a sock, and then I take that sock and I swing it slowly over that 800 pound pull so it'll connect in the front. But you don't want to be near it. You gotta be far away, and it'll still like even if I swing it real slow, it goes bam, and it'll create a spark, right? So that's the kind of danger that I'm talking about there. So if you are trying to do, you stay far away from it. And these are just theories. I can't say go do this stuff, right? I do have to because if we were all just real target individuals and it's like I'm gonna try it, and if I get hurt, it's my fault or whatever, that would be fine. I would go, oh yeah, this is the way to do it. But there's complications within the group, and there are people always trying to kind of like ruin things and get us. So, you know, if I just do that, then there's going to be somebody who's not a real TI, and they're going to go, I broke my finger, and now it's a huge deal, right? So I have to let y'all know how huge of a deal it is up front, and that I can't just be like, yeah, this is the, you know, it's a solution, but it's bizarre, and we don't have a lot of levers that are made for us to just pull and fix this targeting, right? So I've had to go way outside of the box on some of these solutions for it. Um, I've had to actually learn how this is not working how I thought it was working for many years. That's tough for a man. I think it's just tough for anybody. But with this stuff, you shouldn't feel bad if you're like, if you think one way about things for a couple of years and then you learn it works some other way, you shouldn't feel bad or stupid because this stuff is like so bizarre and just hidden and like weird and messes with the nervous system, right? I'm getting to about 30 minutes, so I guess I know that's not satisfactory for you guys. Uh, I mean, miracle time, but they're still on me. They're still on me, and they're, you know, on my parents and stuff like that. And they're still connected to me, and I'm like, what are y'all? The guy's still saying he's going to try and kill me, but they can never get it up. And then I'll make a joke. I'll go bloody tears because that guy, you remember the guy in James Bond, the James Bond Casino Royale, when he was bluffing, he would a little blood would come out of his tear. It was his tail. So I make a joke about that, and I'll play the Castlevania song "Bloody Tears" because the guy bluffs a lot. They're still pretty dangerous. I'm a little bit worried, you know, as I move along here that I'm like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Are they gonna do something to my car where I could die in a car wreck? I'm a little bit worried about that stuff, but I mean, I've overcome everything in my life. This is different. You know, this is a very just like, oh, you're not fucking getting out of this because you're a target and we're gonna do. But I am. I'm gonna overcome this, and I'm gonna try and just help as many people as I can. Um, I don't know about the videos because I gotta like position myself and work, but I'll try and put out as much information as I can, things that work. I wanted to show you all that toilet paper thing, but I'll make a short video on that. On this video, I want to say check out Real Gang Stalking, that YouTube channel, because this man who's been gang stalked, and excuse me, and he's probably been, you see, that's from that. And I'm going to turn it over, but it's like it goes up all the way, or there's like two in my esophagus. Real gang stalking. This man has been gang stalked for a long time, and he's probably being microwaved too. He's probably getting the directed energy stuff. And he's worked really hard to get video of a lot of the tactics, which has probably made his gang stalking worse. So I want to tell as many people about it so they can go. He's sacrificed, to do all these videos and stuff like that. And I'm not saying he's like it makes your targeting worse. Like when I was doing videos of it, it usually kind of gets it going more because they know you're videotaping it and looking at it. But he's done a lot of good work, and so I direct people over to that channel. Then I wanted to say something. My dad's birthday was last night. We went out, and I'm like telling my parents, I'm like, wow, I'm crushing this biometric in my esophagus, and it's like my dad goes, "Well, that's good that the magnets are working for you, right?" He's kind of on this. I don't know what's going on with him. He's probably mentally ill, but just if he feels better, just say good, good, good. And my mom, it's like she's been mind controlled more, and she was in this positive place when I would tell her positive things about this. Now I'm telling her like I'm actually I'm actually wearing this stuff down, and I think I'll be able to have more energy to help out and everything. And she's just like, you're 40 years old. And she's saying negative stuff to me the whole time. And it seemed like mind control, or it seemed like she can't accept what I'm telling her about this stuff, about the pain and stuff, because then she would have failed at helping me. I think we might have a little bit of both going on there, but I want her to know that's not true. That she couldn't have helped any of this, and she's helped me to have a condo to live in. She helps me enough to where I can live and survive, and then get my Social Security and eat and stuff like that. But it's very weird. It's like they're messing with my mom's mind, so that when I'm doing better with this stuff, she's something's going on there. Like something's going on there where it's going on so long that she can't buy what I'm saying, but I'm showing her, right? I'm a walking piece of evidence. We're all walking pieces of evidence, and I think more of us are even more walking pieces of evidence than we even understand. And I think that's why maybe we were misdirected for so many years and still misdirected on there's no bigger implants, there's just nanotechnology, that stuff, which there is. But I think we've been misdirected on, a lot of this stuff is done with biometrics in the teeth, in the ears, in the body. If you've had surgeries or anything, colonoscopies, this is my colon right here. So it's like I put the magnet on this part of my ribs, and it like my legs will get cool, and then my even my genital area. So it controls a lot of the bottom body. They can switch off though. It's like if I'm on one and I'm holding it down, they'll switch to a different place, and it can basically create pain in the same places in the body. Um, so, um, but yeah, it seems like my mom's a little bit more mind controlled. I've just, yeah, I'm like, I want to get out of this so I can go, oh, I was targeted or whatever. But that seems to be, this is like such a huge thing, right? You're the target, and there's like millions of dollars on, and especially like since I was like I think at birth, but at least at Ochsner was the first biometrics. And from then on, then some dentists along the way put some carefully placed biometrics in certain teeth on the left side. And then colonoscopies galore, right? And you can put something in the ears during the colonoscopies. So, I mean, I can't, and I'm not 100% sure about this. I hope it's just a few of my teeth. I wear those down where like the teeth, if I put the magnets on the teeth on both sides and I'm covering both sides, the V2K goes away. V2, and they're not tricking me on that one. They're not tricking me on that one. Goes away where I can't hear what they're saying. So if you have V2K, I'm very suspicious. Let me just say I'm very suspicious about you having biometrics in your teeth or your ears, or one of your ears, or one of your teeth, or something like that. I am I am unfortunately, I think that my teeth and my ears are wired up, and that's why it's been pretty bad for me. It's been really rough. The dental assistant, when I was going in to get my teeth fixed like a while back, like a couple of years back, I think 2014 or something. Like I was about to leave, and I've told you all this many. She goes, "Kyle's wired in a different way," and she was trying to tell me like my because when we were just like doing all the teeth stuff and I had to spend a lot of time with her, I would tell her like, oh man, I've got a lot of pain like in my back and my jaw, and I don't know where it's like stimulation. And I was like kind of saying like, I don't know. I think my neighbor maybe hit me with some kind of microwave. I mentioned it. I was mentioning it a lot more to more people back at back during that time. And so I think she was like catching on that this was like hurting me. And then they were told about it before I even went in because they have to put stuff to numb your gums and everything like that. So they have to be told about the biometrics in case something happens, right? So dentists and doctors, the emergency room doctors that offered me Pepto-Bismol, they were told that I have a biometrical device in my esophagus, but would not tell me about it, right? So this is horrifying. I'm going to think of another angle to get to go to somebody else first, then go through the doctor through them. I'll let y'all know like when I get stuff accomplished. But I'm also I want to get out of the country because if I have to live my whole life like this and they'll never let me off the list and I'll never stop getting gang stalked, I mean, what kind of future is that? Like, I'd rather just leave the country because I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. It's just it's sad. It's sad what's happened, what we've let happen in this country. It's very sad. It's more than sad. It's horrific. It's past horror movie. And like I've said many times, these people who target us, they use the automated chatterbot and the automated system. So this is worse than our imagination about demons and hell, right? So this is like breaking the UN Charter. It's breaking the Geneva Convention. It's breaking all the laws of our countries. It's breaking war crimes. They're doing war crimes. Even if I was a war criminal, which I haven't committed any crime, but even if I was a war criminal, the things they're doing to me, if I was a war criminal, would be war crimes. You see what I'm saying? So what they're doing is so bad. It's really a bad thing. But I trust in God always. I'm very depressed because like how me and my mom's relationship seemed to like right when I'm kind of getting there, she has this block. It's really weird because we were doing good and now I'm getting somewhere good and something's happened that I don't like. She's targeted, so I'm sure she's very tired. She's very tired. She was like, she's worried. She's like, we're not going to be around for it. And this is the stuff that I'm worried about. I'm like, I need to get better so I can help my parents later in their life. They're not going to be here forever to help me out with these things, and I got to get rolling on it. But with this targeting program, it's like it's bizarre and like it's an impossible task until you make it possible, and you've got to take those steps up. You get one thing that'll help you, and it may not get you there, but it'll get you that step up. So I just wanted to make this short video for that to tell y'all about the magnets, how they're working. If you do suspect that you have biometrics, it's a good thing to try. Maybe just start with a small magnet like an 800-pound pull or something first, kind of put it in the places, see if you get something there, and then maybe expand on that. It's difficult, and like my grandfather Truxilla was a mechanical engineer. He was like a genius, and that's helped me a lot to think of these bizarre out of the box solutions. But then I'm like, the way that I'm doing it is very specific and very specialized to like what I'm going through. So I'm like, how mass manufactured for target individuals could this be? What kind of a mass solution could this get us, right? Because we've always been working with magnets, right? But I'm just trying to get the strongest pound pull and put it on there so I'm not even asking a question if this is a strong enough magnet to affect this thing, right? Um, I hope that gave y'all some information, but I can't, I have to say, warning, they are dangerous. And that has to be my final thing. But yes, it's work, but you got to be obsessive with it. Your attackers may push back on some stuff. I think more of us are dealing with biometrics than we think. I'd like to say that. I'd like to put that on record, right? But I don't know how many, and I know there's multifaceted stuff. But if your targeting is like severe as mine, and you have V2K all the time, and it's like you're incapacitated from it, I would be very, very, very suspicious that you have biometrics in you, like bigger devices than nanotechnology, body area network, or something like that. Um, and they do that. I got at least in the eye teeth and back here, and I think even the bottom one, I've got some biometrics in my teeth, like I do. The magnet proves it to me. Maybe I'm just cutting off the directed energy that they're pushing through the teeth, and then I stop hearing the V2K. But it doesn't feel like that when the teeth that I'm doing it to, it like wears it down. They buzz and stuff like that. So I know this stuff is crazy. This is crazy, but it's the best to the best of my knowledge what I'm dealing with, and then trying to bring it to y'all for people with this situation. Now you might be a target individual that's like, that's not my situation. Oh, I don't think I have any biometrics or anything, and it's just not working like that, and that's fine too. And y'all need to be speaking out. I'm just speaking for this situation, right? And I'm speaking for targeting. It's multifaceted, done in a lot of ways. I hope y'all are doing all right. I'll make another video. I want to show you all that toilet paper thing. I want to screw up as many targeting situations as I can, right? Like give y'all as much information so when you go out, you can make sure no one's breaking in or something, and just screw up their program in as many instances as I can and get that going. You know, because I hate them. They're Satanists. I hate this in every country. It's gonna be really bad. I'm getting to like 40 something minutes, so I got to turn this one off. But I'll make another video. It kind of makes me a little bit more confident about making videos because I've got a little bit more control over things, but I still am being targeted. And it can, like, you know. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next one.